Hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. It's here with you on the final cooking day of the food storage challenge. It's day 30. Tomorrow, which is day 31, is going to be kind of like a overview and our giveaway announcement. Who's it going to be? I don't know. And also on our Facebook page, we're going to have 2 giveaways. You're going to have one at noon. So hopefully I'll get this video up. A lot of you guys are over there. At noon, we're going to have a giveaway for the cast iron scrubber and the chainmail. And then later in the evening at 9 o'clock, we're going to have the winner of the carbon steel. Yes, we are. So, carbon steel skillet. I'm starting dinner. Yeah, it's getting dark, I know. My children were out today on a homeschool adventure, so they've already eaten dinner. So the husband worked a 15-hour shift today. So I said, what do you want? And of course, him being the sweetheart that he is, he said, make it simple. So he requested, I said, well, let's talk about it. So he just wants me to make some homemade goulash. You've seen me make goulash on another whole video. And yes, I made it a couple weeks ago. Guys, we eat goulash like every other week in real life. No crisis. We love it. So I'm going to whip up a quick hodgepodge of goulash, and then I'm going to make a mini cobbler. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So all I'm doing right now is frying up our own ground beef from our steer and adding some peppers. I did a little salt, pepper, and a few little spices. No big deal. Homegrown, home deal, whatever right there. And I'm going to heat up some pasta, and then I'm going to put in some tomatoes, and I mix that in. And of course, I add a little bit of other spices and whatever. I really typically add quite a bit of cheese. But we're not doing that here tonight. But it's good without cheese. It's kind of like magic. It just is good either way you do it. That's what we're doing here. So it's already getting dark. We've separated the cows. So what you'll see next is the next phase of the putting the rest of those items in and just letting it simmer. And then we'll get started on the cobbler. Hope you're having a good night. I know we are. All right, guys. We've decided that we are going to have bread tonight. A little bit of bread. Can't go without it, right? So instead of going through and making a whole big bunch of bread, we're going to make a simple bread tonight, and we're going to make Cherokee fry bread. If you've never tried this, guys, you got to. If you go to any special events, you're certainly going to have an opportunity to try these things. If you haven't made it before, you definitely need to do that. I'm going to try to put the recipe down in the link in the description so you can follow it to a T. All right, you're going to use about 2 cups flour, okay? And it's plain flour because you're going to be adding things to it. Very simple. You're also going to be adding about a ½ teaspoon of salt. I just sort of grated it in there, just sort of went with the flow. You're also going to add baking powder. Okay, you're not going to add baking soda, baking powder, and it's going to be about a ½ teaspoon there. No big deal. Okay, then you're going to add in about a ½ cup of dry milk. In this whole food storage thing, we've talked about dry milk, so you want to have that on hand. You want to add in about a ½ cup. So that's what you're seeing in there, okay? And that's going to be your main mixture that you're going to mix up. Then you're going to add about a ½ cup of water right here. I haven't done that yet. So you're going to put that in there, and that's what's going to make your dough. In the meantime, you want to be heating up your skillet, and you're going to be cooking this in your shortening. You probably could do it in your lard too, right? Okay, so that's what we're going to be heating up outside. So I've already got that finished off and placed in there, and that's going to be heating up, and you know that's not going to take very long. And you're going to test it, make sure it's, because you're frying this bread, so you might want to sprinkle maybe a little bit of flour in it to see if it kind of bubbles up a little bit or whatnot. And at that point, you will make your balls whatever size you want, and then you will make your fry bread, okay? There's different recipes for these types of things. This is kind of a general one, but we're going to go with it tonight, and I'm sure we're going to enjoy it. It's going to be good. So don't forget, we've got the goulash is starting to cook outside. We've got the meat ready and the noodles and whatnot. So I'm going to get this ready because I like to do certain things first. I like to make the biscuits first. If you don't burn it to learn it. Got to fry up my meat. You want to get those certain things done and out of the way because other things may take more time and concentration, right? Like a cobbler. So that's what we're working for. So let's get this worked up, and we're going to plop them on out there, and this is going to be a good dinner. I'm excited about it. You're going to enjoy it. All right, guys, all I've done was take the mixture, pour in the water. I had to add just a hair more water, and then I floured my hands, and I formed simple like balls, just like you do before you're going to roll out homemade tortillas. This isn't that different from a tortilla recipe. A lot of these bread recipes are a lot of the same. Very basics. Great things to store in your food pantry. Once you do that, you're just going to flatten them out like in a round disc shape. Okay, it's going to make 5 or 6 of them, and we're going to fry them up over here on the fire in the Lodge cast iron. So we're going to put it in there, let it brown, and flip it over, and then let it cool and set on paper towels, or you can put them in paper bags, whatever works for you and your method of letting the grease come off. Okay, so we're going to start that. It's very hot over here on the fire. The meat is ready and the noodles are ready, but we have to mix them. So I want to go ahead and get this out of the way and set them to the side. We'll finish the goulash and start the cobbler. It's just a process of time. That's how you got to work with all the fire, all the heat, and all the different elements that go into cooking on open fire or even a wood stove. All right, guys, we're going to do half first. See how they do, because again, we're judging engaging the fire here. So you can see how it's frying up. It's fry bread, okay? So very simple, very great to make. Yummy, yummy. And so I'm just going to let them cook for a minute. I'm going to flip them. And you can see how hot that is and how quick that's frying up. All right, guys, going in for the last two. You'll see around the edges it's starting to get really, when it starts to get more brown and dark, that's around the time you want to check to flip it. So you want to brine it on one side and just flip it on the other. It doesn't take long if you've got a good fire. And again, this was around that 2 cups of the shortening, or like I told you before, you could use your lard. If you've got homegrown pork and lard to render like we do, that's probably what you'll be using instead. So see how that's browning up as we're talking? So these will be ready to flip. The others are ready, and now we got to finish the goulash. Woohoo! All right, guys, so what we're doing now is basically meshing everything together and reheating it up. We had our own ground beef, we had our peppers, we boiled our noodles, the organic noodles we have in stock, and I just simply used one of these tonight. You've seen me use one of these before, the organic diced tomatoes. This is from Costco. You can go down and be out in your pantry and get your tomatoes if you want. This is quick to grab because it's late, so I'm just going quick here. You want variety and you want ease. That's the goal, cooking in a crisis situation, okay? You need a lot of variety for different reasons. So I've just added some spices, as you can see. Some pizza topper that I've got, some salt and pepper, and a little bit of different seasonings. And we're just going to let this cook and season together, and we're going to get the homemade cobbler going. If you want the recipe, it's obviously something we do a lot. It's really great to make. It's an Appalachian staple, lots of yumminess. Who doesn't like a great cobbler? And we're going to throw that together for you, actually for us. But we wish you were here. We have a good old time. All right, we're just going to let this cook, and we'll get the Dutch oven going out here with it's going to be a mini cobbler. It's going to be a little baby cobbler. It'll be good. In the meantime, I'm just letting the fry bread, the Cherokee fry bread, just sit and rest. It's still very hot, and that will be great as well. Just want to show you exactly what that's looking like here at Appalachia's Homestead. All right, girlfriend's got a mess going on in the kitchen. Guys, you've seen me make Appalachian cobblers 14 million times. It's just a cup of flour, a little bit of baking powder, some salt, and some milk. You're just going to mix and mix and mix up. Now, outside my Dutch oven is heating up. You typically put butter in first. You want to put a stick of butter in it, whether it's a 9x13 here in your stove, or if it's out there on open fire, you want that to heat up. You want the Dutch oven to heat up. You want the butter to melt, because that's what you're going to pour your stuff in. Now, again, canned stuff. Guys, again, this is about having stuff on the backstop for emergency situations. Okay, if you don't have canned cherries and you like canned cherries a whole lot, cherry pie filling, that's okay. Put it back there, okay? If you are about to can a whole bunch of apples and pie filling like I am in the next month, you'll have a bunch. Well, this is what I've got, okay? The apples are gone. I could have dehydrated, taken my dehydrated apples and hydrated them and cooked them, and that would be delicious, and with nothing else, that would work in this situation. It's 9:29. I got a cobbler to make. We're going for it, okay? So that's going to go out there. We're getting the coconut oil to heat up. So that's where I was going with it. No butter, baby. Coffee Talk is having no butter tonight. We're having coconut oil. So my kids are going to take a bite and they're going to say, it has a slight coconutty taste. They do that every single time. So I'm going to mix this up. We're going to pour it in the Dutch oven. You've seen this before. I have a blog on it. We talk about it. We can sing songs about cobblers. They are an Appalachian staple, but really this is about having a sweet tooth, being satisfied with no butter. That's a travesty. But we're going to pull through it, right? That's right. All right, guys, the goulash is ready and the fry bread is ready. We're going to go ahead and start enjoying it. You'll see it. while we start this sweetheart right here. I took the lid off, which is right over here. Woo, golly. The coconut oil has all melted real quick in there. I put the cherries. I'm going to pour the batter right on top, and then I'm going to put the lid on, and we're going to set it to the side because this is a small Dutch oven. Things cook very fast in the smaller Dutch ovens, okay? And this is a smaller cobbler. So we're going to get this going. The man is hungry, I am hungry, and that looks awesome. Lodge, thank you for wonderful products. Alrighty guys, this is what dinner's looking like tonight. Ain't too shabby. There it is right there, guys. Homemade Appalachian Goulash. There is no cheese in that except for if there's a little bit of the dehydrated Parmesan in my spice mix, which is that pizza topper that I've gotten from the country cupboard up in Crossville. We love it up there in Crossville. Good folks. There is our Cherokee fry bread. Hot diggity dog. And what do we have going on right there? We have our own dilly beans. That's right. I opened up a jar of my canned homegrown, non-GMO heirloom. Thank you, Baker Creek for all your wonderful stuff out there too. We're closing out the food storage pantry and food storage challenge. So I'm thanking all the companies that have just been awesome with so many great products. So when you eat these homegrown, home canned dilly beans, you'll be thanking everybody. So that is what those are looking like. So if you've seen my video, I had to go ahead and try it. That's my basil in there. And there's the fry bread over here. My husband's like, hurry up, I'm hungry. So he's out there. He went out there and is flipping the, rotating the Dutch oven, if you will, for the cobbler. So while we eat real quick, we're going there and sit by the fire and talk, chit chat, and we'll of course, keep an eye on the cobbler, because that's what lovebirds do. Guys, if you like this video, like and subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. The next video is announcing our giveaway winner. I love you guys. This whole deal has been awesome. We're going to talk about it. I know a lot of people have a lot of questions. I have a lot of answers, but it may not be the answers for you. You know, you got to go on your own journey. You got to do what you can. I really encourage you to try to do this at least for a couple of days, just to test yourself out. It's pretty eye-opening in a lot of different ways. Love you guys. We will see you on the next episode, which is the giveaway. And if my husband's not going to bed here in a little bit because he's got to get up super early to go to work, bless his heart, we're going to get a picture of that cobbler for you because you know it's going to be good too. Cobblers always are. Love you guys. We will talk to you tomorrow. All right, guys, just a last little blurb on the video. We've already signed off, but I wanted to show you what this was looking like. It's probably got about another 5 minutes. The fire is really dying down, so I'm just going to let it continue to bake. If it's just a little bit doughy, that's okay. We didn't burn it to learn it tonight, did we? We'll have to make up a rhyme about dough. But nonetheless, this is what the cobbler's looking like. And I did it in a small Dutch oven, so you're probably not, I didn't put the coals on top. It would have browned a little bit faster had I done that, but frankly, it's getting late. We're going to be okay with a little bit of softness. All right, guys, thanks so much. We love you guys. Thank you for following this challenge. I just got to tell you one more time, I love you. Kiss and a peck and a hug around the neck and a tight squeeze. Y'all have been great. We love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.